So Sierra,
Yes.
how many hours did you work this week?
I don't like to do the math. But we did, sitting one day, figure out that we worked more in one day than we slept in 3 nights. So there is that, I guess.
So Chef, a lot's happened in the last 4 or 5 days.
It has.
What's going on?
But that's really just another day at the office, man. There's always some crazy stuff. Always. Except every time you thought you've seen it all, they get a. How do you get a pan stuck in the bottom of a sink? Dom, how does that happen? Tell me. Metal expands when it's hot, so it's stuck to the bottom of a sink? Yes?
How many people you seen get fired in the last week?
I can only count to 10, right? So I can't tell you because it's over 10. It's over 10, my friend. I had a staff of like 10 one day, and now it's just me and Dom. Dom has just progressed from delivery boy to head chef in a matter of 3 days. And he's done a great job at it. He's risen to the occasion. No one puts cookies in a bag like this man. Dom, what do you have to say for yourself?
I want a cookie.
You want cookies? Cookie.
I want a cookie.
Everybody wants a cookie, man, but no one wants to pay for it. That's the problem. Is Donald Trump aware that this is going on in the United States of America? My God. But in all reality, man, it's just another day in the office. We've made it. We've survived.
Shit goes.
I didn't get arrested. My bills are paid. Kids got shoes on their feet. Clients happy. Everybody's out there celebrating. We're slaving. Another day, another dollar.
We're done, sir.
Let's get the corn out. I'm gonna put a few things away, and I'm gone.
Cowboy Kitchen is more than just a food documentary. This is a tale of multiple chefs and servers who chose the wildest job that a career in hospitality has to offer. Some have extensive experience, while for others, this is their first time loading in a kitchen, cooking for sometimes thousands of people, loading back up that same kitchen, and then moving it somewhere else. Welcome to the glorious shit show. Welcome to Cowboy Kitchen. So what are you doing right now?
Setting up ovens.
And we're not cooking anything, but you're just making sure they work, huh?
Yep, this is setup. Fire testing. We gotta do something with that guy. Don't show that. Mark, what are we gonna do about cleaning this? What do we got?
I don't know.
That's a bit beyond.
Yeah. We need a fucking scraper. You know what?
We need straight hook, we need hot hook.
Windows down.
So what's your name? How long have you been doing this?
Chef Billy, 40 years.
That's incredible. It's been a really rewarding career, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And you can look at my right shoulder or left shoulder, whichever one you want.
I've been in the kitchen for 40 years. I've been doing mobile catering like this for 25.
Why this? You've been doing this for so long, and I'm sure other opportunities have presented themselves.
One of the big reasons is to travel. I travel all over the country, constantly on the move, and I really enjoy that. It's exciting, it's challenging. Every day is a new challenge, you know, whereas in a brick and mortar, you know, you have challenges every day, but they're the same, they're repetitive. This is something new every day.
Is this lifestyle pretty addicting?
For me, it has been. You know, it's not for everyone, for sure.
How many people have you met that have your type of experience?
I would say through backstage and movie catering, I would say there's probably no more than 200 in the country that do it.
When's the last time you were in Seattle?
4 years ago.
Yeah. And do you like working here? Do you like working these venues here in Seattle?
This is my first. I worked at the Gorge. That was it. I flew out of Seattle. That was my only time here before.
How you doing? Good to see you.
But it's beautiful here. Absolutely beautiful environment.
And good people, huh?
I haven't made up my mind yet. I haven't met enough people. I haven't really met anyone.
Understood.
But so far, so good.
So the people that you know, they're also people who travel, and they're
Right.
not from here.
Right.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
You really are a cowboys of the kitchen industry.
Yep.
This is crazy. This is really awesome. Thank
I'm
you.
an East Coaster.
Yeah. And Chef Mark's the one who got you on this outfit for now?
Yep.
It's amazing. How far do you guys go back?
About 5 years, 4 or 5 years. I met him when I came out here to work at the Gorge years ago. And then he came to Atlanta and worked a movie with me a few years ago. And that's pretty much how this industry works. You got to know somebody, you know, and if you prove yourself on a gig, you get more. And that works out, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need a lot. We need a scraper. All the utensils are in here, but you just fucking filming everything.
Yeah, this is B-roll. I am taking some of the boys, like what we just did, Bill, that interview. That's going to be used for sure.
What you just did with
What I
Ryan?
just did with him, yeah. And him chatting about you, too, because you're a... yeah, you're a pretty big part of this, actually.
I'm a big part of this, dog.
Sorry.
We're gonna be rich and famous, Brian.
Another distinct member of this culinary menagerie is the private chef, whose exclusive focus on a single client or family sets them apart.
Travis Dorsey.
Oh yeah, and what do you do, Travis?
No.
You want me to go grab some?
Ooh, no, it's not that important.
Yeah.
Are you a private chef?
I'm a private chef.
How long have you been a private chef?
I think over a decade or so.
Been around the world and back again?
Yes. My cooking has taken me places I never thought it would, such as helicopters from Macau to Hong Kong.
30.
Or on a gondola to serve a quesadilla in Switzerland.
If you want to look over to this shoulder, that'd be great. Just look top
Your
over
shoulder,
here.
over here.
Just like this. Look at my shoulder.
Over
there.
the,
Awesome. So you've worked with plenty of catering companies off and on. You've seen everything in a kitchen, haven't you?
yeah. Catering is kind of like you just get it done. You know, It's like a kitchen on wheels. You just set up, you cook. It's like camping. It's like camping.
So what's the ultimate goal on this? To sell it to one of these guys and produce it fully?
The ultimate goal is, yes, sir. Here's my ultimate goal. I gave myself 10 years. I would like to be an EGOT recipient in 10 years. Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony, and Pulitzer.
That's a lofty goal.
EGOT.
Well, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, sir. Tell me, okay, so a 5-star Michelin chef. What separates you from that guy? A Michelin restaurant is an establishment awarded 1 to 3 stars by the anonymous inspectors of the Michelin Guide for Outstanding Cooking. A Michelin chef leads a kitchen that has earned this high honor, demonstrating mastery of flavor, technique, and consistency.
Pretentiousness, tweezers,
Is it really just
knowledge of molecular gastronomy that I don't really have. I'm more of a basic chef, you know. I don't know
molecular what?
gastronomy. You know, that's all the new techniques, all the technology. You know, I never was studied in a
Is there new technology being introduced into cooking all the time?
yeah.
Will you give me an example? What are you talking about?
foams, using nitro stuff. I mean, I'm sounding like an idiot right now.
No, you don't.
I mean, it's stuff I really don't know much about, so I can't really say. I was never in that world. When I was in fine dining, it was all pretty basic. Like stuff that like the Sean Brocks and the Sean Brocks of the world and you know, fancy Spanish chefs.
Okay.
I kind of missed out on all that.
So it's techniques. The same food, but the technique and how to cook it changes.
Yeah, and the implements and like the instruments you have. So I'm kind of old school, quite honest. But these guys are older, so they don't want foam. They want old school, you know?
Understood. So in your opinion, over time, has cooking become more complicated, more of a demand for fancy new dishes, or?
Well, if you're talking about the Michelin star type chefs that are, I mean, they're trying to be cutting edge all the time, doing new things that never been done. But, and I do, you know, I try to keep up with the times, but, you know, these guys particularly want kind of what I'm doing, so
Yeah.
that's what they're getting. Like Hoisted Rockefellers, 50 years old.
Classic.
Yeah.
How do you, what inspires you for specific menu items? Of course, knowing the dietary needs of your talent, but also...
Oh, I get excited about things like foie gras and nice oysters and great seafood and you see really nice vegetables. I mean, anything nice, you know.
Yeah.
You know, what turns me off is America's over-processed food and the giant chicken breasts that look disgusting. And you go to Europe, chicken shrinks by like 2/3, and suddenly the chicken breast is this big, and that's what it's supposed to be.
Because it's not full of steroids and
Exactly.
pesticides.
Exactly. Bad shit. So anything pure, I guess, would be a good description.
Is it true the more you cook food, the less nutritional it becomes?
Yes.
Have you heard that?
Yep. Time over heat will lower the nutrition of food.
The nutrition value.
Yeah, true.
And is that true across the board then?
I mean, I did go to school for chemistry, but I can't 100. You know, I'm not a professional on that. Come over here. He can cut.
Over here.
Hey, come back. He's cutting.
She said, I don't want. So cooking for a talent for over 5 years, you get a really, really good idea of what they like and don't like. Does that really heavily weigh on your decisions, or do you like to take risks? Because they don't know if they don't like it until they
I'll
have
try
it.
new things, but I'll definitely won't do all new things. You got to throw some known things on there and keep them happy. Don't want to freak them out every time.
So a few things that they know and trust, and maybe one adventurous item.
Yeah.
In the world of catering, variety is key. While many catering companies focus on local events, a select few take their skills on the road, following artists from town to town. Let's delve into the unique lives that make up these companies who cook for fun and tour for a living.
The old adage, good chefs eat poorly. Sometimes it's a bologna sandwich. Sometimes it's crab cakes, you know. Sometimes it's some local beef. Sometimes it's Doritos, you know. Crystals, I love crystals.
Is there anything you can't make? Like you could go to a store, pick up like you know how to do just about anything, huh?
Hey, I mean, humans have been cooking food for 200,000 years. Anybody that says they know everything or can cook everything is a fool. But anyways, we're just making food.
Yeah. So who are some of the clients? Like have you been in a private chef situation where you're working directly for an affluent person or someone of fame, no variety?
Absolutely. I don't usually. I like to keep those into.
Oh yeah, we don't need to say names,
personal.
but
lots of your top country.
okay.
People.
Now,
I'm from Tennessee.
In your personal and in your own experience and with your perspective, would you rather be a private chef for, let's say, a country artist versus a catering tour managing chef for 300, 400 people? What is a better situation for you?
They're different.
Okay, how so?
They're different because right now I'm in that larger zone. I used to be in that smaller country tour. I work less days doing this gig, less days a week. And it takes a couple of years to get familiar with all 300 people. Whereas on smaller tours, when you're on the road, you get to know each other pretty quickly. You know, when it's ultimately like an 80-person tour versus a 280-person tour. So as far as familiarity goes, I do like those. I like smaller tours, but you know, time and money is one thing.
Does it take more skill to do what you're doing now, or does it take more skill to be a private chef in a more personal level?
I think some things are for some people, some things aren't. I mean, I think just this whole gig in general, being on the road, definitely is not for everybody.
So you get more time at home with your family then, with this gig, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I get home twice a week, Jeff.
No shit, really?
Yeah, generally.
And they pay for flights and everything?
Yeah.
You have a sweet job, man. That's cool as fuck.
Gig. It's a good gig. I can't tell you that
You've been around the world and back again.
having a life, you know, I mean, I grew up in Europe during the end of the Cold War. You know, that was just by, you know, fate of having parents in the military and them meeting there. And that, and I haven't really ever had a plan in life, but being at a place in life during different times where you're able to say yes to people's invitations or questions, and then saying yes has allowed me to, you know, find myself in some very interesting situations, and you never know.
Which opportunity presented itself first? You as a private chef, or you as managing a massive, you know, catering tour company, managing their kitchen staff, their...
Before I started this, I started a personal chef business.
No shit,
I
dude.
was-
That's fucking
I
badass.
was a fine dining,
Dude, congratulations.
thanks. I was a fine dining chef.
Top restaurant in Nashville.
Oh yeah, at the time it was great. Tastes.
It was called Tastes.
Yeah, Tayst. Taste. Great with Jeremy Barlow, great chef. Jason Lockman.
Wow.
555. And then that closed, and I started up a personal chef business. Started doing pop-up ramen with Sarah Gavigan, Nashville.
Were you passionate about that?
I'm always passionate.
Amen, brother.
You know, doing what you want to do all the time. You know, it's passion. Because at the end of the day, I still have my life of continuing to do whatever the fuck I want to do. Generally, which is pretty tight. You know, heaven on earth, baby. This is what it is. So to be able to make yummy food for people, to be able to do it with friends, to do it with my close friends, and then go home and do the same thing, you know.
That's fucking
So
awesome.
there's anything else to it, you know, since, you know, flying 4 times a week, you know, hopefully
Racking up those miles.
racking up those miles, racking up those percentages, man. Time to get scary. There's been a lot of plane stuff going on.
I know, for real.
I flew
The
to
percentage of shit happening increases with you on flying so often.
Yeah, exactly. I flew into DC on American 2 days after that helicopter plane crash.
No shit.
I was like, fuck.
It was there too. So explain to me how you create a menu. What's your style? Like, why do you take a flavor from each city? Like, we're in Seattle, so you're doing seafood. Do you kind of take the style of the city and incorporate it in your menu?
Absolutely. You know, for everybody that's on tour, I like to give them some local flavors. You know, that they don't have to go out and find. And also in that, I'm utilizing more often local ingredients, which are always better for everything. And that's allowed me to diversify my knowledge of just, you know, our national cuisine in general.
All right, so last question. Best food you've ever had, and where can you find, what city the best food? You're not cooking, you're there to enjoy. What would you have to say? Or maybe best meal you've ever had when you were out and about?
You know, there's good food everywhere.
That's what everyone says.
There's good food.
All you motherfuckers say that.
Dude, you go find the weirdest hole in the wall in Albuquerque and get some real green chili with some fried bread made by a native grandma. It's the shit, you know?
You're so good on camera, man.
It's the shit.
That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. You just took me there, man. I felt it.
Seriously. You're somewhere and you're just riding along and you see some busted down shack and there's 80 people standing outside of it. You're like, what the fuck is that? And that's where you go.
Because they're there for a reason.
Yeah, they're there for a reason. So, I mean, all over the country. Maine, dude, from Maine to Seattle. I mean, seriously. Texas. Go down to San Diego, right by the border, right by Tijuana. And even in your grocery store, you're getting grocery store tacos, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? You thought it's tacos. You thought you had fucking tacos. No, dog. It's all over the place.
So your life of food and food prep has been a very satisfying, awesome life indeed.
Yeah.
And it's never the same. But you've seen a lot of people come and go, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
For everyone
That's
like
part
you
of it.
that has a decade in, there's 100 people who only could put in 2 or 3 years
A decade in what?
in being a chef, in creating menus, and delegating what goes on in a kitchen.
Oh,
And you've
yeah.
worked your way up to this point.
Oh, yeah. Closer to 3 decades, but
Wow.
in general.
Yeah. Good for you, man.
But yeah, people die.
Do people typically get burnt out on this job before they see a fulfilling career? They just gets lost in the mess.
Yeah. But a lot of times this road gig, the best people for this road gig are people that have already been cooking for a long time and are already burnt out in their kitchen world, in their day to day. That's the best guys that I've found to get involved in this whole thing are friends or people that I've known that are at the end of their rope that have been cooking for 20-something years already
In a restaurant style.
in a restaurant that
Okay.
are just done showing up to the same restaurant, parking in the same parking spot for years at a time, but they're good.
And they still love cooking.
Still love cooking. I'm like, yo, ready for something else?
Right?
You ready for something brand new that you don't know what the fuck it is? And they're like, yeah. And those end up being some of the best people out here that have already been burnt out. Then they're rejuvenated, and it's a whole new world. It's a whole new world.
A whole new
Don't you dare close your eyes.
world. Don't you dare close your eyes.
Instead of making your personality about being an asshole, it's about getting the good food out, putting your personality into that food.
So who got you into backstage catering? Satan.
Can you believe it? Nah, I'm unbelievable.
So why cooking?
Why cooking? I think as a creative, athletic student at school, not finding the happy middle ground with academics, I liked the teamwork, the energy,
creativity, competitivity, speed, and for me it lined up my interest, you know, which if they're so polar different, you know, like creative in the arts and physical, not really much of a sit down in a workplace scenario kind of guy. This kind of fell in, and I love my friends that were doing it in the beginning much more than I loved going to school. So I just hung out with my friends who were doing it. You know, it was quite simple. And I think the independence of being able to learn and work from a young age, there was, you know, a lot of training is at work when you do this as a career or my apprenticeship. You know, the need for educational funds and other things wasn't there the same, so it led to me earning and being independent at a young age, which was what I wanted as well. So being financially able to support myself. And I think that isn't the case for a lot of young people, and it's not easy without training. And I think this industry, you get trained as you go. You might do college and get some health and safety, but most of your real learning is in a live situation, and you normally learn at a very different pace and in a very different way than other people. And that's really cool. I dig that.
So this lifestyle, it drew you in because you were familiar with people who had the job,
Yeah.
and then it kept you in because it offered you freedom, and it kept you learning.
Yes. Pay my rent, and you know, I didn't know anything about this, so I was talking about like working in restaurants in London when I was like 17. But moving from that into this,
Into tour catering.
into tour catering, what's not lots to like as a 23-year-old, you know? 23-year-old sees a music concert every day, hangs out with their buddies, travels around places they'd probably never go to, and also always maybe wanted to go. Yeah, fantastic opportunity. I mean, I was very young to start doing this stuff. And the connectivity of it, because you're working essentially in a departmental, you know, family that travels around, and it's a really unique working experience, because you'll meet people that have completely different vocations to you, maybe stay on the same bus as them, really connect with them and understand, obviously all brought together by music. This is another one of the amazing aspects of this job, is that it gives back to change people's lives. And as somebody who loves the arts, food being one, medium, music does that across the board, and you can meet people from all different walks of life, but you all have the same connectivity and enjoy the music, you know? I think that's pretty fantastic to meet so many different friends, lifelong friends now, from the road that we connected through this, you know, through this job.
What are some of the tools of the trade? I see what you're doing, and you're cleaning this flat top here.
Yep.
What kind of knives do you swear by? Do you swear by German-made knives, Japanese knives?
I use Japanese for a lot of things. German's really good.
Japanese. Hey, Chef Steve. So we're talking about knives. Jack here likes Japanese knives primarily.
Well, every occasion has a different thing.
Yeah.
You know, I like a few that are just German.
Yeah, my first knife was a German style knife, just a across the board, easy chef knife, big, heavy blade. But it's all about what feels good for you. And my biggest suggestion is, for an amateur especially, go to an international market like an Asian market, and you can buy a cheap knife for like $9. Same knife will cost you like $50 somewhere else, and if $50 knife's fine, you don't need to spend $300. And you know, sharpening is a difficult thing, so it's like, if that's not for you, there's services that take it, get it sharpened, but also you can just ditch it and get a new one if it's that cheap, $9. It's nothing. Get your use out of it.
If you don't mind me asking,
Knife
what does your knife set cost, Chef? If you don't mind me asking, both of you guys.
Watch out, sorry, bro.
I don't know. It's, you know, knife over the years.
You put them all together, I think that's an uncomfortable question to ask.
Yeah. I don't.
Tools of the trade, man. I think
It's a tax write-off.
they're priceless. They're priceless because they're an extension of yourself. But
Yeah,
as you go on,
there's
the bill goes up.
the knives I have at home, the knives I bring to work are different, you know, because of this job and the hazards of it. Like, I don't bring nice knives out here.
Really?
No, because we're working above concrete a lot of times. If they fall, they're done.
Done, huh?
You know, so I keep my nice knives at home in a drawer. But I buy the cheap ones out here, and they do just as well.
So a nice knife set, would that run you $1,000 or?
Oh, I mean, first, what do you mean set? Like, how many pieces? 3? Or 3 pieces? Yeah.
Yeah, I like the
Good beat.
Wustafs, but now I'm running with the Victorinox, made by Swiss Army Knife because I loved them as a kid.
Oh, nice. So
Yeah,
what does a good knife set cost then for what you're doing here? And then what does a knife set at your home?
I mean, you could do everything you need to do in this situation with one good $50 knife.
I think the 3 on, like, say, for the range that we do, so 1 meat or fish,
Yeah.
or what, which could be interchangeable.
Something good to butcher with, like a
Yeah.
good boning knife or a good fillet knife.
Yeah.
And then just a good utility / chef knife,
Yeah.
like 2 to 3, or maybe a small utility
Victorinox serrated.
or serrated knife. Yeah, but
That's it.
and you could get away with that. I mean, you could do all that for under $200 to get something decent that would
Maybe not in Seattle,
maybe not in Seattle.
but like you could on the internet for sure. Yeah.
So some of these different chefs that I've met that have, you know, these up to like $3,000 knife set that they bring.
Yeah,
Don't
that-
let anybody touch it. Is that kind of just a preference thing?
It's
or
a
ego-
preference thing.
ego
Like,
thing?
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go far as say ego. It could just be like if you're nice, like nice stuff. You drive a nice car, you wear nice sneakers, you know. Now a good Honda Accord will do just as good, and a good pair of, you know, New Balances do just as good. You know, it's all about. It's more of a status and more of a. Chefs just like knives. They're collectible. I collect other knives, camping knives, pocket knives, and that sort of thing. It's just part of the culture, you know, and it's more of a status thing than anything. You don't need an expensive knife to do the work that we do. You can absolutely do it with reasonably priced knives.
You'd be way better.
The most you should be
reasonably
paying for a knife is about $300. If you're paying over $300 for a knife, it's too expensive. But thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Glad you liked it. Thank you.
Bliss.
But yeah, a $300 knife, unless it's made by like a local artisanal handmade chef, even that you can get a good one for $300, $350.
Already back to $300.
Yeah, really, really nice. Unique, one of a kind that'll last your whole life. You know, but you're gonna want to learn how to sharpen it or find somebody that can sharpen it for you. Because most people, most home cooks, they buy a knife and then they never sharpen it, and then it gets dull and then it gets dangerous. You know, so that's why it's important to keep a sharp one.
Yeah, there's so much about your lifestyle and your job that no one notices. So asking a veteran chef, hey, what and why? Because we are at Costco and I can go buy $500 worth of knives and I just wasted my fucking money because it has nothing. I'm never going to use any of that.
Yeah, I don't think that if you're a beginner or an amateur, you need to go break the bank with knife unless you just really like the knife. You know, it's a personal preference.
How long have you been a chef?
28 years. 28 years.
Have you been all around the world?
Thanks, man.
Have you been all around the world with your career?
All around the country with my career, but not around the world. Just America.
You're relatively new to this backstage tour catering. You're a restaurant chef for a long time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this is my 5th season doing the tour catering. I did restaurants for 20 years. Doing this for 5 now. It's a different animal, you know. It's very different than being a restaurant. It's more thinking on your feet. Your day's never the same. You know, restaurants, there's a monotony to it. There's a repetitiveness. We're not finding so much here. Like, yes, we do a lot of the same things, but you're always in a different space. You're with different people. Your menu's changing every day. Your helpers are different. Your environment's different. Your AC's different. Your electricity's different. Like,
And if you do it in Europe or through other parts of the world as well, the language changes, the currency might change.
Yeah.
So it's very multifaceted in the way that you develop and learn skills as a chef, but also just as a manager of, department, really,
yeah.
You think having executive level restaurant experience really helped you step into this leadership role, or what?
Yeah,
A lot of similarities.
I mean, I think any sort of management position helps across the board. You know, like you learn how to talk to people and delegate and perform under pressure and move forward within the problems that arise and keep a level head and keep moving forward. Because if you don't, then there's no, you can't be like, hey, dinner's not going out today because so and so happened. I ran out of this food or whatever. It's like dinner's got to go out no matter what. I got 300 hungry people to feed. I gotta feed them, no matter what. So it's different than a restaurant say like, hey, we're 86 salmon, no more salmon tonight. Like, I don't get that.
There's no reprieve.
There's no reprieve, but you better have all the salmon.
No one is coming.
You better have it all.
No one is coming.
No one's coming to save you.
Forget about If you fucking gonna leave, I'm not taking bets. You fucking leave, Jack.
Or I can go get some chicken now, but I'm not fucking out. I don't take fucking this shit. I don't give a fuck what you said. You can leave. Okay, Chef Chandra. Talk to me, Goose. So, I have a few specific questions for you. Because of your immense experience in this wonderful industry. And feel free to jump in. First off, what is your name and how long have you been a backstage tour caterer? So we have some context.
My name is Kyle Coppinger. I've been touring with Dega since July 3rd, 2025.
Nice. You're no stranger to the restaurant, you're just new to the company?
Brand new to the company, no stranger to the restaurant industry.
What's some of your experience?
15 years or so cooking in New Orleans with the Link Group and LeBlanc and Smith Group, Sean, Pesh, Sylvain, and then doing some consulting work with smaller restaurants like Porgy's Seafood, Blue Barbecue.
Nice. So you've noticed changes in dietary restrictions throughout time?
Absolutely.
So asking both of you, what is with all these seemingly fad diets? Raw, gluten-free this, vegan this. Why are there so many needed options when preparing a meal? What's with this? Seems like every couple years there's a new dietary restriction or something that you have to mitigate? What's this about? What's your opinion? What's your experience, Chandra? Before you answer that, how long have you been doing this?
Cooking. I've been doing tour catering for 8 years. And cooking for about 16, 17. And I believe these trends are based on fake studies on big ag or big pharma or all the big people that we don't see that are behind the scenes pulling strings and are, hey, this is good for you, do eat this. This study shows that if you eat a raw carrot every day, your eyesight will be 20/20. That's silly. And I just think it's like all bullshit. I believe it's snake oil stuff. I think everyone's bodies are different and require different things. And I don't think a vegan diet is necessarily, it may be good for one person, may not be good for another, but I still think it's all bullshit. However, with the whole gluten thing, I feel that's due to our crops being completely turned into like these like mutated pieces of shit plants that serve no nutritional value, and it's just wreaking havoc on our bodies. All your Monsanto, all your chemicals, all your pesticides and herbicides just adds to it, and all bullshit, and it's messing up with our bodies, our organic organism shell that we have. And that's my take on it.
Do you agree, disagree, or want to add anything? What's your take on it?
If it ain't about the money, I think that there's a lot of correlation between business success and dieting. I think that a lot of it comes from what people can sell. High protein diet. If you looked at the dietary trends 8 and 10 years ago versus now, it went from raw vegan stuff, and now we're doing like high protein, like 190 grams of protein a day type stuff, depending on what influencers are suggesting and things like that. I think that the loss of real food consumption is kind of a textbook example of what's wrong. You look at Europe and other countries, what they're making and what they consume. People come from America and go, oh, I can eat gluten in Europe, but I can't do it here. They don't have Monsanto, like Sandra said, with a lockdown on crops, things like that.
So with a lot of our current health food and our current food offered in traditional stores, with a lot of it being pretty unhealthy, what do you choose to eat in your home, cooking for yourself and your families?
At home, I eat meat, a lot of meat and vegetables. I try to focus on that and eat clean. However, out on the road, it's a completely different story, and I just eat whatever is in front of my face and will give me the quickest boost of energy, mostly in the form of carbs. But ideally, I would like to eat always clean and healthy, and preferably locally sourced meats and farm fresh vegetables that are local.
But the food that you guys prepare is very good. Very awesome catering company, very delicious.
Thanks.
And it's not that it's unhealthy, it's just it's the most that you can produce the best way, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Bang for your buck, the most you can produce in the best way.
Yeah, for the amount of people and for our circumstances, sometimes like we're cooking in a parking lot under a tent. Sometimes we are lucky enough to be in an in-house kitchen at a venue. making life a little bit easier. But yeah, you do have to, you know, figure out like logistically what you're working with and like what realistically like you can pump out for the number that we feed and the type of food that we serve.
You guys are one of the companies that really leans on organic, making sure that it's a better quality product. It's really cool. It's nice to see.
Right. Yeah, we try to do try to get from like local places, you know, your bakeries, your farms, you know, ethically raised meats and whatnot. So we do try to focus on that as best we can.
Oh yeah. Do you have anything to say about these diets, these new diets, and all these different things that people have regarding, you know, dietary restrictions or gluten this, raw that?
Oh, it's all a fad. It's all a fad. They see something, they want to do it too. I mean, some people really have health issues that we do have to pay attention to, but a lot of times, a lot of things we see, it's all a fad. Gluten-free, vegan. But yeah, we definitely try to stay focused on allergies and people's preferences and make sure they come back for more. So it's one of the things that we see that's been globally increasing everywhere we go. So hell yeah.
Yeah. Who said being tasty couldn't also be healthy? Hey, so all your restaurant experience, has it helped you tremendously jumping into this environment or what? Are all the skills transferable or a little bit of a learning curve?
Restaurants are the same thing every day. You're systematized. You might do one or two things different, but for the most part, restaurants are, you're gonna come in, you're gonna get that same order. Everything's very controllable. Whereas we're cooking a new menu, 3 different meals a day. So you gotta have a much more diverse palate and prefer an experiential profile. If you came up only cooking in one restaurant and, you know, some fine dining restaurant, you'd have a great set of skills that are the base level, but may not know how to pivot from one type of food to another type of food. No one wants to eat the exact same thing every single day. So having multiple restaurant experiences, but also, you know, being an invested home cook, reading, doing all the things you need to do to remain relevant in sort of culinary in 2025 is essential for it.
So Chef Chandra, not all restaurant workers, not all restaurant chefs can cut the cheese here, can they?
I feel it translates differently. If you come from like a restaurant background, like into catering, especially this kind of catering that we do, I feel it's like guerrilla cooking. As I've said, it's, you know, you never know what you're walking into on a daily basis. You could be walking into having no power, and so it's like, all right, well, how do you start cooking the food? And so you gotta like really think on your feet. I mean, like every cook and chef does, you know, I get it, but we're always laid with like a bunch of different circumstances that we have to navigate through. So it's a little funny sometimes. You can't scramble, you can't make it, that's for sure.
So knowing specific recipes isn't exactly a needed skill here. You have to learn how to go with the flow, if you will, huh?
Yeah, you definitely have to know how to go with the flow. I don't know what a recipe is. What's a recipe? Here, there's no time to like read a book or like, I can't remember a recipe for the life of me. There's no way. There's no time to like, you know, look up an article and figure out this and that, whatever, follow it. Like, you know, you just, if anything, you just use it as a basis, but go for feel, go for taste, smell, use all your senses, like when cooking, which is the beauty of cooking, really. You use it all. You gotta feel for it.
So are there any wrong answers in this type of situation?
Yeah, does it taste bad?
But everyone has a different preference.
Late for it doesn't taste bad.
Yeah. Make it look good and taste good and on time.
Have you been to every single state, Chef Chandra? Food cooking?
I'm missing about 3 states, I'd say.
How many continents have you been to?
How many continents? No, I've been to shit. 4? I think only 4. We got North America, North, South, Europe. Wow, I guess only 3. No Asia yet, no Australia yet. Antarctica, it's a weird place. I don't know if I'd like to go there. A lot of secrets in the Antarctica, so.
Lots of secrets.
Yeah.
Have you been to every state, D?
Almost just this year. I grew up in New York, so I find it very crazy to go to these states you've never been to before.
Yeah.
It's like my first time traveling the world. It's like, in New York, in the East Coast, you're in this small bubble. So it's nice to get out here and see different culture and food. It's been really cool.
Oh, has there been a situation where you have a chef who's cooking food that's really good for his region, his or her region, but it's just not the quality, it doesn't taste good for this? Is that a situation you come across?
I'm sorry, I totally didn't catch that. I got people talking on the radio here.
Do you ever come across a situation where a chef is originally a good chef in New Orleans or Florida, but his recipes are not for the taste of this touring culture, where he really cooks well in his small town in Alabama, but it's just not a good flavor for this all-around touring gig? Have you been there? Have you met people like that?
As far as the people that work for the company, I feel they are very well chefs. So I've been pretty lucky with that. However, like we will get local people that will come and help us as like prep cooks and whatnot. And I do see that local people at times that are only good, in their little nook up the country, and just don't have their chops or have experience like different types of foods, or like you'll run into a guy that we'll work with in Alabama somewhere, and while he's good at cooking Southern food, he never has been exposed to other different types of cuisines and whatnot. So isn't well versed at it at all, or has experience or taste and flavors of it.
Yeah, when someone's flavor profile matches that area, and they don't even really know what a good or what an acceptable dish in another area looks like.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so it's cool, and
That's mainly in a restaurant scenario, huh? Where people are in restaurants in the bayou their whole life, and then they try something like this, and it's just, people don't want it as spicy or as salty or as, it's different.
It is different.
How do you go about retraining a restaurant chef to fit into this world?
How do you go about that? I feel like, if they're smart enough, if they're with it enough, they, take into account like how we all operate. A little. What are we talking about?
How do you go about retraining chefs who are credible in their area and with what they do, but they are lacking certain things to make them successful and manageable? You don't want to babysit a 20-year restaurant chef back here.
No. Some chefs, they'll have the ego and the pride and, are stuck in their own ways. And, will get in their own way of learning, or some will, be totally gung-ho for it and want to learn and see different ways of doing things. So, I feel that's just on-the-job training kind of stuff, and being observant of your surroundings and what other chefs are doing around you.
What was the learning curve like going from restaurants into this every day being different, this Cowboy kitchen? What was the learning curve like?
I'm coming from disaster relief work, is what I was doing most recently, so it was very similar, easy transition. And that's and that we were building kitchens in compromised infrastructure areas, and it was sort of figuring out the power, figuring out how to set up a space was pretty easy. We were also working with questionable sourcing and ingredients, so it was always like scramble, be flexible. The biggest transition from restaurants to this is that persistent diversity in food you're cooking and the lack of certainty in what you're or when you're going to receive things or when you'll have things available to you. That living on a bus. I think that aspect, that lifestyle aspect of constant change is something that would probably affect people more than cooking. If you can get out of your own way, your own ego, and like, oh, I'm this chef. Like, if you're coming in with that ego, you're never going to succeed. So if you can get out of your own way with that, then you just got to learn the lifestyle of, bus life and transients.
So it's not so much the work sometimes, it's just the lifestyle that really stops a lot of people from succeeding.
I'm guessing. I don't.
Early mornings, late nights, travel. Okay.
Like we're doing 16-hour days, and they're not necessarily hard 16-hour days. They're long 16-hour days. And if you can't keep up with that and figure out how to sleep on a 4x4x7 coffin, well.
Will you explain to me what you mean by that? Well, it's not a hard 16-hour day. It's a long 16-hour day.
Just we're on our feet. We don't stop working, and we're really lucky to have an amazing group of people here that are capable. So the work doesn't ever feel super overwhelming or in the shits, but that you're doing it constantly. You don't stop all day long. There's no okay, cool, we've done our thing. We're going to sit down and take a 20-minute, 40-minute break or anything like that. We go from breakfast to lunch to dinner to clean up, pack up, and then you're done.
Yeah, you can teach someone to cook, but you can't teach someone to tour.
Yeah.
Which is a big part of this.
Touring.
Being a touring chef. Yeah, I mean, constantly adapting, constantly being mobile, being in one place one day, next day you're another, sleeping on the bus, living with 13 other people on the bus, 10 other people on the bus, being surrounded by people 24/7, like you said, working with people 16-hour days, and then seeing them on the bus before you go to bed, when you wake up, and it's getting used to that. It's not giving into your vices, which is very easy to do out here.
Oh, Steven, can I ask you a couple questions? So Chef Chandra just said, can you step over? Can I get you on camera with this? The comment made by Chef Chandra was, you can teach people to cook, but you can't teach them to tour. What do you think she means by that? And do you agree?
Yes, 100%. There's so many aspects of that. There's a very special kind of mentality that you have to be able to stay on the road, especially for weeks and weeks and weeks at a time. As she just said, you're around people 24 hours a day. If you have a private shower to yourself every now and then that's a lucky day. So, you got to be willing to make sacrifices, really kind of just be okay with going with flow, man. I mean, that's really all it is. When you get somewhere and you're like, oh, this sucks. All right, well, we're going to make it through, go to the next fucking place and call it a day. That's...
You recognize it sucks and you just move forward.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, every job sucked in some form or fashion, being around with these guys and seeing the world and, cooking great food for people and stuff like that. It's the best kind of stuff. It really is kind of stuff.
Yeah. So as long as you're okay with everything not being okay and the same consistently, you can be successful touring chef.
The only consistency in this game is the chaos.
Great way to put that.
Hell yeah.
I think people forget about that as well. Energy is very, what they say, infectious. Your energy can be put on other people. You gotta give yourself some grace sometimes. Realize you got here for a reason.
Yeah.
This guy's sitting at, energy makes a day different. Totally.
Yeah.
Makes the world a difference. You never know what someone's going through, and putting your stresses onto them can also throw everything out of whack. So yeah, energy is so important out here, and it's good to be out here with great people. We got lucky with Sandra and she brought me into this, and I don't think I'm ever gonna leave.
Really?
Yeah.
Where did you two meet? Did you meet on that show?
Oh my god.
Yeah, Danya and I both were castmates on Hell's Kitchen, season 22. That's how we met. I really took a liking to Danya. I thought she was awesome, like great, awesome personality, great vibes, a beast in the kitchen, a total bulldog in the kitchen. She just fucking kills it. And I'm like, she would be great for catering, because you need grit out here. And my Bronx girl brought the grit. She's been killing it for the last 3 years. I got her out here on the road, and she's just been awesome since. So yeah, really grateful for that, and at how well that worked out with her, because it's not easy out here. Between like not only like the work, the long days and stuff, but just like, you know, being away from home for like 7-8 weeks, if not longer, you know, that really gets to you mentally and stuff. And like she handles it really well, and yeah, she's great. She's fucking awesome.
So what's it like being in this male-dominated industry as a beautiful woman who's been very successful? You've climbed the corporate ladder, and here you are. You were part of the biggest, you were lead chef, executive chef of the largest, most grossing tour in the whole world in history.
Yeah.
So what's it like? How do you do it?
The Eras Tour became the highest grossing concert tour of all time, and the first to surpass both $1 billion and $2 billion in revenue. It made a massive cultural and socioeconomic impact globally. Taylor Swift went above and beyond to compensate the hundreds of people who worked on the tour, giving out substantial bonuses in addition to their regular salaries. This generous bonus structure was widely praised for recognizing the immense effort and dedication of every worker, particularly the often overlooked logistics and support staff, in making the massive production a success.
You gotta have grit. I also have to thank my Jersey roots that give me that grit, and like don't take any bullshit, and just having a hard work ethic to prove to these boys that you can run circles around them and just be, you know, at the same level as they, or if not higher. So it's just not taking any shit, and showing like you have standards, and proving yourself that like you know what the hell you're doing, and yeah, and just not taking any bullshit from anybody either. So
with every new crew, does it almost feel like you have to prove yourself?
I've been pretty lucky because I've been working with a lot of these guys for years now, and so like, you pretty much know what you're gonna get, like if you know you get thrown onto my crew. So yeah, it's I feel like it hasn't been bad. The guys have been pretty humble and pretty good towards me and respectful, and you know are totally fine and comfortable with me being as their leader, at least, or so it seems. So it really, I've been kind of lucky, you know. I feel like it's different now these days than it was like 10, 15, 20 years ago, certainly.
You were in the industry 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
What were some of the struggles you faced, if you don't mind getting into that?
I've gotten a couple dicks exposed to me in a freezer. Been, you know, saying like some really nasty, raunchy shit, like just because, you know, I'm a woman in like this male-dominated field and whatnot. But I thought a woman's place was in the kitchen, so I don't get it. Yeah. It was weird. It was weird. Some people were totally cool with it, like, you know, and felt like equals, and like other guys, it just felt like, you know, you just had like something to prove. You know, I feel like on their end, it's like probably like an ego thing, which I feel like a lot of men in cooking do have, probably more so than women, and I don't know, probably just, you know, their ego got burnt a little bit, you know, because maybe a little bit better than them. I don't know.